And I'm sitting here, and I've known Doug Franz for a long time and been with him on the air all morning, and now he's finding himself, he and his wife Jennifer, on the other side of the microphone here this morning, because as we've talked about, when you make donations here to Phoenix Children's Hospital, this money goes to the kids. And when you put those stories of the kids and put faces to the names and find out where your money's going, that's what really makes the difference, and that's what makes people reach out. And Doug, I've heard your story before, but boy, you and Jennifer, 13 years ago, you're expecting your first child, and things did not go the way that you thought they would.
It was December 31st, 1999, so everyone's excited to celebrate the year 2000. Remember, we're all worried about what's going to happen to our computers. But Jennifer was only at 21 weeks gestation, and we were visiting our parents in Ohio, and she suddenly noticed that there was a problem. And she was told, head straight to a maternity ward, and we went there, and it was really odd because the nurse had a horrible poker face. As the doctor started the inspection, all of a sudden the nurse's face lit up, and she said, "Oh my," and backed away. And then it's kind of a weird feeling when a bunch of nurses hand you your wife's clothes and her coat, because it's winter in Ohio. Then took the bed into a room, and they actually, think about this, we can put a man on the moon, but in this situation, all they did was lay Jennifer upside down. And then at 24 weeks, Vienna Nicole was born. And they told us that there's only going to be about a 20% chance that she was going to live without what they called defects. There was only a 60% chance that she would survive the ordeal at all. And then it was the worst feeling in the world when the doctors pulled me away, and they didn't handle it very well at this hospital. They said, "Your wife should be fine. There's a 95% chance she'll live." And needless to say, she is very strong and came through it okay. My 13-year-old daughter now, Vienna, is at the time she was as stubborn as I am. She's now turned into something that's much more beautiful and much nicer. She does have a defect. She's terrible in math and won't go to bed on time. But other than that, she's worked very hard on the math and not on going to bed, so that's probably a parental issue. And that's why this, even though this wasn't our NICU, we know that nurses of a NICU save lives and make things so much easier. And now I know my wife is dying to talk because I sound like an idiot.
So, I mean, having gone through that, and when you come to a hospital like Phoenix Children's, it's got to bring back some of those feelings. Do you go up to the NICU? Do you see these kids? What is it like to come back here?
It brings back all of the feelings. And although, come December, it'll be 14 years, it's really like, in so many aspects, it was yesterday. Really, coming to a hospital, sometimes it seems like such a sterile place, but it's not. The people become your family. The nurses are our friends. We still are in contact with them. We love them dearly. We thank them all of the time. We thank the doctors they didn't just use their expertise in their field. They used their love and they used their compassion. And I know these kids here and the parents here and their extended families, it doesn't just affect the child. Doesn't just affect the parents, it's the grandparents, it's the aunts and uncles, it's the friends, it's the friend of a friend. Even though this hospital is not the hospital where we had our experience, we feel a responsibility because we're in this community. And she's well now, but we don't know what tomorrow will bring. I heard you talking about all of the kids in the emergency room. We don't know if that's going to be our child or one of our children. Tomorrow, the next day, a month from now, 5 years from now. You just don't know. And when we have caring, compassionate people in a facility like this to know we have a place for our kids, that's why we're here, and that's why we feel it's important to share our story.